Yeah. Scientific breakthroughs, the unveilings, spiritual revelations, the openings. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2. First of all, the radio. Tips and Tricks Tuesdays. Black Water, the Meta-Magi-Shen.
It's Tips and Tricks Tuesday, another news day. North, east, west, south, not here to confuse today, just diffuse the way. Another Tips and Tricks Tuesday. That pig, that's fine. Hijacking the mind, aluminum bonds with intelligence. Rewind the message. Merry Christmas. 13 indigenous immigrants, state of the unison, addressing nothing. Foundations congruent, level to level. Fuck the embezzlements. Tales from the crypt, hitting blood rituals. 50 scores flying over California vacation. Flying dragons, swords and daggers, lions and tigers. Gotta get my bearings or perish. Tear into raw flesh, vampire, vegetarian. I'm a malnutrition, chemically imbalanced. Ethiopian, inhaling Kush. Blue projects get pushed, mold with the bush. Standing on the middle line, no defining. Swirling dervish, in between space and time. Tips and Tricks Tuesday, another news day. North, east, west, south, not here to confuse today, just diffuse the way. Another Tips and Tricks Tuesday. Tips and Tricks Tuesday, another news day. North, east, west, south, not here to confuse today, just diffuse the way. Another Tips and Tricks Tuesday.
Didn't mean to cut it off that soon, but guess what? If somebody knocking the door, guess what? No, that's real. Peace, prosperity, protection, and good health. Good thanks. Once again, it's Tips and Tricks Tuesday, and I am, as you can see, Blackwater, the Meta-Magi-Shen. Yeah. Today is a blessed day, like all days. I celebrated the solar day, or the day that I popped out my mama's belly, physically, last Wednesday, Thursday. It was the 9th, or whatever day that was. Give thanks. I thank you for everyone that shouted out and who didn't. Give thanks, But yeah, birthday was June 9th. Had a nice little quiet time, basically. I did nothing. That was the plan. You know what I'm saying? But every day's my birthday. Every day's your birthday. That's how you gotta look at life. You know what I'm saying? And today is detox, so stay pure. You know what I'm saying? If we take out that negativity, thinking about whatever's going on each day, which can be toxic, that can, introduce other things to our body that could be detrimental or degenerative, basically. But purge, purify, alkalize. Don't form mucus or anything acidic or toxic. Even the thoughts. You know what I'm saying? So every day is your birthday. Every day you're happy. You get the gift every day. You get a gift every day. The gift of breath, the gift of life, the gift of intelligence, the gift of being you. That's your gift. All right. So once again, give thanks. I am Blackwater, the Meta-Magi-Shen, Elohi, you know what I'm saying, aka also known as BKA, better known as, but not Blackwater, the Meta-Magi-Shen. So, I'm also Sifu Elohi and Yogi Elohi. So, I got my black belt in internal martial arts, or internal and external martial arts, because training the Shaolin Kung Fu. But, my passion, my stick is Tai Chi Chuan, Bawazan, and as far as like internal martial arts is concerned. I practice other things, but them Qiguns, meditation, get them in, you know what I'm saying? That's that purging, that's that clearing, and it helps with the mind. The mind gets straight, then the body is going to follow, you know what I'm saying? Wherever your thoughts are going, that's where you're going to be, you know what I'm saying? So, as well as a yogi, so I did go to the yogi certification, got the 200 hours. I'm working on my 300 hours here. So get the 500, 500 hours. I think it's called what's it, YPT, Yoga Practitioner Training Hours or something like that. But yeah, I went and did that last summer while we was on that downtime. So I give thanks You know what I'm saying? For the piece of paper, but you know how that is around. You know what I'm saying? I've been teaching yoga for a while. I just was certified, but now you know I got the piece of paper and I can go into a establishment and be like, you know, if you need a yogi or someone to teach yoga in here, officially, and there won't be no stipulations as far as the criteria is concerned between that. You know, somebody come back, well, he's not even a trained yogi, and he told me to do it like this, and I hurt my, you know, what I'm saying that ain't happened. Give thanks, and ain't nothing like that happened beforehand either. But you could, that's all. You know, give thanks. Like I said. All right, so today, um, well, first and foremost, I want to give thanks to those who came before and those who come after. Give thanks to all the brothers and sisters out there, Natiz, Natilus, you know what I'm saying, the gods and nickels, all the gods and goddesses, queens and kings. Standing up, you know what I'm saying, keeping it moving, KIM. Doing what you got to do to improve, you know what I'm saying. Just stay you, basically. We always recognize change. You know, at a young age, we tend to not be so fond of change when we get set in a certain particular way of being. So we hate change. We're like, what you mean? I gotta, you know, like it's a new grade or something. I'm getting tested on this test or something. I don't want to take another test. But, you know, life is always going to bring about some type of changes. And sometimes we just need to be able to stay in that moment or whatever it is at that time to and adapt. We tend to give up to get things. We tend to give up abruptly because we see that change and that resistance and that change can be uh, what was, you know, just that resistance because we didn't go into the change could be the very thing that was necessary for us to get to that point that we really want to get to. When we be telling ourselves no, no, no all the time, sometimes that no is what's going to keep us away from getting to the yes in our brain. You know what I'm saying? We got to go through some physical stuff, you know what I mean, as who we are in the experience in order to get to that exchange, you know what I'm saying, or that transmutation, that transference of energy, you know what I'm saying? So, in that reluctance, you know, it don't mean denied, it just is delayed. In that reluctance, it causes other things to happen, you know, just by saying no, or I don't want to change, I don't like change, you know what I'm saying? Because that change still gonna come, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was, when all this was popping up, I was like, you know, nature has a funny way of protecting itself, but pretty much nature has a funny way of correcting itself. You know, so what's happening in nature or in what we would call the ecosystem, geosystem, biosystem, whatever, you know what I'm saying, throughout the whole spheres of life in general, through the intelligence, nature is correcting itself. So, you know what I'm saying? So the cycles are coming back into a completion of where we are now. Um, we're now becoming more aware, or the energy is now showing, improving to the psyche of the physical mind or whatever, that we are more aware. You know, conscious is conscious. It's just the slowness and the rigidness of the third density. Sometimes, you know, things don't seem like it really is. But all in all, all in all, um, we are now adjusting somewhat. You know what I'm saying? To was, you know, who we are. And as you can see, I'm not going. Can't. I know. I don't even want to say it, but I'm trying to get out here about an hour out there because I do have to. I was going coming in at 7, but some other things that came up with family that I needed. I'm needed for. Well, you know, so I get to do. Give thanks for my niece and everything, and my niece and yeah, my nieces. There's 3 of them. They going to a birthday party, but they need a chauffeur. Yeah, yeah. I get this driving him crazy. That's what they do. That's what they do. They driving him crazy. Not driving Miss Daisy. They driving him crazy. All right. So, like we're saying today, we're gonna be talking about detox. So with detoxing, there's a lot going on with our bodies and how we're going into a degenerative state due to certain activities we participate with on a day to day.
Yeah.
So some of them activities could be what we eating, it could be people we're around, it could be the air we breathing, it could be the water we drink. As we spoke on before, if there is a war being taken place against man or World War III, those weapons that are being utilized right now are in particular the elementals, the four elements, and fused with the fifth or quanta, it creates a very stern position for those who have, I guess, authority or control of that vibration, fear, basically. But those four elements, air, so the air we breathe, water, water we drink, earth is the food we eat, and fire, that's what's the blood. That's the solar energy as well, but plasma, what I'm saying, the blood. So those four elements, fire, air, water, and earth, are being manipulated and altered, genetically modified. And those weapons are forming against us, so to speak, to eliminate the transition that we should always be going through in life. You know what I'm saying? Basically freedom, what I'm saying? Just coming out of a state of darkness into a state of light, then being able to balance in both without the reluctance of authority, like putting on a seatbelt when I go down the street because I'm gonna get a ticket and go to jail or some shit. Cause I got a, what I'm saying? I got a dashboard full of tickets for not wearing seatbelts and speeding for what, These little increments lead to other things, what I'm saying? But basically, um, just to have that sense of freedom, that's what, we need. So coming through, eliminating certain activities that should be taking place. So those four elements, so those four that weapon. But the weapon, the fifth element, quanta, that's that's the vibration of the higher senses coming into agreement with the physical once again. So that fifth, or the spirit, the intelligence, went back intact with those other four elements, brings about, that's the four elements would be like the chair, the four directions. And then you put that higher intelligence, that pool, that fifth, that nine or that none, that nothing on there, then that's where the transition begins to rise back to the initial point. All right. So solar energy, versus um, this process, genetically modified energy that we are being dealt with today that's causing our cells to degenerate. You know what I'm saying? This is a cell right here. So you got all this 80% of water just popping off, the cell membrane, and then you had this nucleus here with whatever's left in the 20%. So just like the land mass versus, or the ratio of the land mass and the water mass on planet Earth, 80% water, 20%, not ratio, but the percentage, 80% water and 20% everything else as far as planet Earth is concerned. So that's what's going on with this cell too. So we got 80% water in this cell, and we're dealing with the four major food groups again. So the four major food groups is telling us we need dairy, we need wheat. We need dairy products, we need um, meat products, we need um, grains such as like rice and carbohydrates, basically. You know what I'm saying? And we also need fruits and vegetables. So those are the four major food groups. So that's 100% again. So 100%, 25 food for each one, for each food group, 25%. So 25 on meat, 25 on dairy, 25 on grains, and 25 on fruits and vegetables make 100. So if we're getting 100% right there, but 1%, well, only 25% of that is fruits and vegetables, which is alkalizing. The other 75%, which would be grains, meat, and dairy, is not alkalizing. It's acidic. So that means 75% of everything we're putting on that watery 80% cell is burning the cell out or degenerating the cell. So to reverse that, we will go to 80-20 or try to put, as we progress into that, um, start putting more alkalizing items into the body versus the acidic forming items. So that's what we're going to go over today. So you read that, oh yeah, let's immunize the body against all preventable disease instead of raising the ability of the body to protect itself from sad things. Has anyone ever talked about the fact that such course may lead for the body to forget how to defend itself on its own? So right there at the end, it says it's sort of like preparing a child, prepping a child's food all their life instead of teaching them how to cook for themselves. So they always going to be dependent on something outside of them to survive instead of being able to know how to get them ingredients from themselves, you know what I'm saying, and make that meal to heal, basically. In this, as far as this metaphor is concerned. All right, so we're putting this acidic type environment, making this acidic environment in our body is going to create mucus. You know what I'm saying? So that's mucus right there. And if you like everybody else on the planet Earth, you might have excess acid or mucus in the body and not even know it. Some people don't know. Each year they get a cold or they got some type of pains in their body or they're bloated or um, they're constipated or bad breath. We're gonna go over all types of things very quick, but it's 220 plus million Americans who don't eat fruits and vegetables like we should. Every day. We should have a nice serving. At least 50%, 60% of our meal throughout the day should be fruits and vegetables, uncompromised, like raw. 50%. I know, they're like, what? No Dunkin' Donuts? No, definitely not in process, as far as detoxing and getting this stuff out your body and purging to where you have a sense of purity throughout each level, It's not really just about what you feel like physically, how you feel emotionally and mentally, as well as the spirit and the intelligence connecting with those points, So the activity flows in better when you're putting the alkalizing elements in it to stay cool and stay healthy, Less to do, less is more. So so when we had that acidic state in our bodies, we putting all the acid forming foods in there. Most of the food in America is acid formed. The standard American diet is highly acidic. It has like so many different chemical additives in the processing technique, what I'm saying, hundreds and more, thousands actually. I'm saying, and I'm not gonna try to name any of them right now, what I'm saying, so many of them. But basically when we put natural foods in there, it helps defend against those acid forming foods. And the more alkalizing foods in there, the better the cell can regenerate versus degenerate. D, like detox, D means down. So the genes go down. You know what I'm saying? One who takes the genes down, degenerate. Basically, means one, or one who does like exercise, one who works out basically, but one who takes from one side puts the other side with exercise. But exer or means one who, but then degenerate. So generate one who brings the gene down. So don't want to degenerate, we want to regenerate. So put the alkalizers in there. So we won't have that problem right there with that big pile of mucus, or even like this one. Morning, wake up, yawning, got it on the corners of the mouth, in the nose, eyes, skin, breath, eruptions, things like that. Bad breath again, excess body fat, so just think about how you feel throughout the day, and if you may be going through a state of toxic or toxicity, or a higher state of toxicity than others, especially like if you're having headaches, you might feel fatigued, a little sluggish, no energy, what I'm saying? Libido of men, women too, sex drive might be going down, cravings for sweets, especially even salt, excess body fat. It's hard to lose weight working out, running, doing all type of stuff, even diets, skin issues, um, not being able to think clearly, critical thinking, weak weak bones, joint discomfort like popping bones, teeth, um, teeth sensitive like bleeding teeth, gingivitis, not being able to use a bathroom, digestive problems. What I'm saying? Hard to sleep at night. These are just some of the symptoms that may occur due to an over acidic body or acidosis. And like I say all the time, if you think about acid, what does acid do to metal or a wood? It burns a hole straight through it. So if acid and high levels of acid in the body, because it should be an equilibrium, it's a balance. There should be a level of acidity, or like I'm saying, 80-20, basically, or even if you want to go 90-10, or go all the way raw. Some people go all the way raw food. So that's 100% alkaline. Well, there are raw foods that are actually acidic forming too. All right, so these are just some of the examples I was just mentioning. What I'm saying? Bones and stuff hurting, muscles tired, bad breath, excuse me, pardon. So the mucus in the eye, we get into that. So these concerns are very external. What I'm saying? But if the internal problem is coming out, then that's something even more aggressive is going on inside, because now it's showing its face externally, trying to get up out there for real. So it ain't nothing to really laugh about and to put on the shelf like I wait till next year. I mean, get on the detox thing. It is a choice. Like I said earlier about change, it's hard for us, some people, to change, especially when they're not thoroughly introduced to the information of how we got to the point that we are in now in the first place. So, but basically, as I died, what I'm saying, die it, you know, extraterrestrial, die extraterrestrial, whatever. I mean, who's extraterrestrial again? Everyone asks that question, but everything and everything, anything is extraterrestrial. Basically, anything extraterrestrial basically means extra, means away from, or what I'm saying. Then terra, exterra means earth, and astral means star. So basically, is extra can be also more a big, so away from the planet Earth, the stars, whatnot, extraterrestrial. But that means we're not from, nothing is really from here. Because if it's coming through the intelligence in the first place, the planet ain't even from here. It's birthed from somewhere else. They got a mama. All right, so like I'm saying though, into this alkalizing effect, so that we won't have those problems with the mucus. So we have choices to make in order to make those changes. What do we really want for breakfast, or lunch, or dinner? Do we want that cheeseburger or that apple? You know what I'm saying? Basically, it's a craving too. So both of these got a little sugar. Granny, this green, what's that? Granny Smith right there might not be that sweet. It's lower in glycemic value than that hamburger, most definitely, but other fruits as well. You know what I'm saying? So that'd be wise to eat that, because we don't want to put a lot of sugar in our body. The average American consumes like 150 pounds of sugar annually. You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine putting that much sugar in your body every day? And that's not food. Food for the body is not enough. There must be food for the soul. So if I'm eating sugar due to a craving, that's not food for the soul. The soul is strong. The soul be like, what you doing to me? Making me, I don't want this every day. Like, the soul want to change, want new experiences. You know what I'm saying? What's the old adage is that a day that God didn't create is a day that God wasn't God. You know what I'm saying? That's an ancient ancient saying. All right, so false evidence appearing real. So that's what has us going back to all type of things instead of making it change. Because we fear to change because that means I got to stop doing something I enjoy. Basically. And then when we have incentives like $1 million to win a lottery, what I'm saying, to take a vaccine, that is even more enjoyable because it's a game now. I got competition. Beat my brother up here before he take a vaccine. I might get that $1 million. You know what I'm saying, in the lottery. All right, so these are acidic forming type of items, meats, all meats, some type of beans, alcohol, soft drinks, coffee, sweeteners. These things causes these are acidic forming. You know what I'm saying? So cutting those out, eliminating that from your diet. Again, most all meats. Eventually, because the meats I haven't ate meat since just personally, it's about 11 years now. 2009, 2010, right around there is tuna. My last meat, something like that. Um, it's been 11 years, I guess, roughly, since I ate meat, and I give thanks. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it has made a difference. As far as a lot of different things. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's acid forming. A lot of beans. You know what I'm saying? Cheese, dairy products are acid forming. Many types of nuts and seeds, alcohol, soft drinks, coffee, and caffeinated beverages, most sweetness. So you could look into that and find out what type of nuts and what type of seeds are acidic, as well as beans, and also condiments like mustard, ketchup, mayonnaise, and soy. They're processed and have a lot of different additives and chemicals in there. Hyper corn syrup, like ketchup. Um, then there's stress as well, because you got to deal with the mind. You know what I'm saying? That mind, the ego, can also play a major role in adding acid to your body. So, an inactive lifestyle, getting up and getting out, exercise, some drinking water, which we're going to go through. But what happens is when there's acid forming in the body, there has to be mucus forming in the body as well. So, because what is mucus? Excess mucus, it's like when you got a chronic cough or, what I'm saying, you got that mucus in the eye, like I was showing a second ago. So, we got that right there. That's mucus. And when there's excess mucus in the body, be in the eyes, whatnot, come out the nose, like we're saying, corners of the mouth. But this mucus is there. Oh boy, I know it's not time for the birthday already. In fact, there are over 12 foods that can cause excess mucus in the body that we might not even be thinking about, but it can tend to lead to all types of like bad breath through the day, no energy, what I'm saying? But there's also, your mucus can also be formed because of toxins or something in the air, food additives that's in our food, chemicals that have been put in our food, and it can affect different things like the lymphatic system, of course, the gastrointestinal system because it's going straight through there, as well as the respiratory system. So that mucus builds up in those different areas and causes different type of nodes to get hardened, basically, calcified. If it doesn't come out. All right, I gotta make this call real quick. My niece just called me earlier. I get to take them to a birthday party. Okay. All right. So mucus is there basically to protect the mucous membranes where they are found at. So wherever the mucous membranes are, like in the eyes, the nose, or whatever is there, the mucus builds up to protect it from things like industrial pollutants, stuff that's in the air, like bacteria and viruses, food additives, and people might have food allergens. So, like after you eat, if you notice, you eat something, it might be your meal or whatever. It could just be a salad, but you go and that little claw would come up, that little mucus that is built up. That's your body getting out, but it don't need that instantaneously. You know what I'm saying? With no problem. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and spit that out. Don't swallow that. Get thanks. Meaning basically don't add on to an ongoing issue by swallowing the mucus back down like a little kid, you know what I'm saying? Snipping the nose and letting the mucus go back in. All right, so if you got any type of mucus problems or build up of mucus, then you have a couple of different situations going on, like that chronic cough, or you have a cold or flu each year, or bad breath, or the COVID, like what's going on. That's mucus buildup, basically. That's why we're going over this detox right here. This is a way to vaccine, or if you choose to take the vaccine, that's up to you. But this is another way to vaccine is detox and stay in with a thorough detox yearly. Monthly, daily, monthly, yearly. All right, so the puffy eyes and the crusty, eyes and stuff, that's a sign of mucus in the body, too much mucus. Stuffy nose all the time. If your senses are dull, you know what I'm saying, you want salt with everything, and you really can't taste nothing else. Your senses aren't sharp, you know what I'm saying, critical thinking, you can't remember stuff, these are symptoms of like slow digestion, respiratory system, and lymphatic system. Because if those things ain't working properly to get the enzymes and the blood going, the fluids, the neurotransmitters, the everything going on in cerebral spinal fluid, if it ain't flowing properly, the lymphs, then basically that slowness is also going to affect the brain. So we want to make sure we got that flow going, and when the mucus is in the body, it can obstruct that, almost put it to a complete halt. And again, due to unknowingness, we didn't know a cold was being formed by the mucus that's being formed by the acidic nature of our diet. So now, knowing this, half the battle. Taking out some of those acidic forming items that's in the standard American diet and adding or introducing alkalizing items like fruits and vegetables raw. I would recommend, but basically put the alkalizing water type fruits in there that will reverse that effect altogether. Even other things, you know what I'm saying, it will actually elevate the human genome to the level that it should be at as far as health is concerned. Now, a lot of people just think health is the physical, but it's also the emotional health, the mental health, as well as the spiritual health. So when we're doing things that are naturally for and beneficial to the human body, then it's going to automatically transfer that natural positivity into natural positivity externally as well. If you feed us a seed, beer, and weed all day, I'm talking about like a planting a seed in the ground, and you feed that, because I did the experiment actually years ago with 2 plants, and I fed one beer. I smoked weed around it, blowing it, guns and stuff, or whatever you want to call it, and then and I played crazy music for that one. And then the other one I gave water, sunlight, direct, good music, you know what I'm saying, talk to it. The other one I wasn't paying attention to like that, and they grew differently. You know what I'm saying? The one that I was giving the bad stuff grew out like it was fat. The other one grew up into like it was reaching for the sun, like plants and trees do. They grow towards where the light is going. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing it. We're going out to all these different directions wherever somebody's leading us. So that's causing a major malfunction in the growth and connection of our capabilities and possibilities. Basically, our potential, our power. You know what I'm saying? Potentious power. So yeah, mucus is formed by a diet. So now we know, so get some of that stuff out. We've been speaking on this for a few years though. So get the acid forming foods out the diet. You won't have to worry about things like what just popped off last year, but it happened and it's still happening. This can be an alternative going with your day to day cycles and your circadian through the weeks and months of the year and learning how to participate with those energies, through the month and the year. All right, because basically, well, let me get off of this picture. Get back to where we were. Where are we? Detox. So we need to detox, especially in North America. America's diet is crazy. Standard American diet is sad. SAD. Standard American diet, right? Ha ha ha. All right, so many people are walking around right now with a viral infection or invasion, basically, and don't know it due to the acid forming mucus causing degenerative effect of the cells. So the viral invasion is in them cells and they walking around with it, this inflammation, the bad breath, whatever, the stinky armpits, bumps, diarrhea, constipation, lack of appetite, lack of energy, cravings, emotional mishaps. Can't get it right, basically, you know what I'm saying? So again, these are some of the things that's causing this mucus, stuff like dairy products, sour cream, cottage, yogurt, cheese, ice cream, butter, all corn products, basically, that fructose in there, eggs, boil them if you're going to eat eggs still, boil them. Sugary treats, most people craving cookies, cake, pies. If you smoke bud, you're definitely craving some sugary sweets and wheat and bread and cheese and stuff like that. So if you blow bud and you're a vegan, vegetarian, more power to you, because I know it's a battle. I'm rich the brothers. I wheat, bread, pretzels, deep fried foods, soy products, all soy products. I still do some soy though, the amino acids, you know what I'm saying? Brags. Safflower, not much, but I still do it. Jams and jellies, high fat red meats, alcohol, caffeine. Those are items that should not be used on a day to day, especially like these jams, jellies, alcohol, caffeine on a day to day. Very productive in producing basically acid and that produces mucus. Wheat, deep fried foods, meat with fried bread on it, mucus is gonna happen. It's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And the African American, so-called African American soul food diet is like so saturated with a lot of these ingredients, and that's why we having an issue with as far as it was going on last year. That's why we had a greater issue in the city. It wasn't just due to the medical attention; it was due to the fact what was going on prior that had a lot of people in those situations. I mean, could you imagine? Your apartment is right here, or wherever you live is. Then next door is a restaurant that has uh, like a Philly cheesesteak sandwich, and we don't know no better, so we get this bread, this meat, this cheese, and this sauce all into this one conglomerate, and don't know it's like a catastrophe waiting to happen inside of our body. Especially we ate like 100,000 of them over the past 10 years. So we don't know, you know what I'm saying? But knowing is half the battle. These things are, especially being that it's the chemicals that are inside of that combination like that aren't going to be broken down properly when they introduced together in a sandwich like that. You know what I'm saying? You need to separate some of those, like the lettuces. It should be first if it was in the sandwich. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be eaten or ate with meat and cheese. You know what I'm saying? So the cheese and meat, these are acid forming bread. You know what I'm saying? All those put together with vegetables and some mustard and ketchup, the body's going to be like, I don't know what I'm getting into and I can't get it out. So it forms mucus trying to eliminate it. So eliminating the foods that cause the mucus is the key to helping basically the body get back to homeostasis or at an optimal pace of metabolic change. So raw fruits and vegetables is the best way to do that, and getting some mucus cleansers or foods that don't produce mucus or acid in the body. These are some mucus cleansers right here. Also, radishes, horseradishes, you know what I'm saying? All leafy greens, cauliflower, broccoli, every day. I get my broccoli and cauliflower in every week. Garlic, celery, asparagus, bamboo shoots, onions, ginger and turmeric. Good for cleaning out that mucus. You know what I'm saying? Throw it in your meals. Citrus fruits like lemons, limes, grapefruits, oranges, and kumquats. Um, Pineapples, berries, alderberries, strawberries, blackberries, Brussels sprouts, hot peppers. These are good for cleansing mucus out. They're mucus blockers, basically. You know what I'm saying? So get those mucus cleansers out, mucus blockers, radishes, celery, ginger, and turmeric. Just throw it in there. Pineapples before a meal, berries. You know what I'm saying? All those are very good. Real soul food is food that enhances the soul. Our central sun, our melanin, our carbon, fruits, vegetables, grains. This is the real soul food. So imagine you got a car, right? And the car need fluid, right? To run. You try to throw some grain over in the car. Try to put dirt in the you know, say the gasoline reservoir and see what happens. So same thing with this body. We need water. We need fluid. So we're putting grains and meats and all these hard substances into this body, which looks like it's hard and rigid, but actually is 80% water. The solidity is really in the basically the movement from one to another as the thoughts connect in the energy exchange. I'm gonna get into all that because that's a whole nother topic and discussion. So detoxing happens when we got too much inflammation going on in the body. So we oh my bad. So we need to go into a state of acknowledgement. First of all, acknowledge what's going on, then just be like, okay, I got too much information. Let me get this out. So that happened because the foods and drinks that we, like I was talking about earlier, is toxic. Some of that stuff is toxic, so we get this information or acid and mucus forming in the body. So the detox is now necessary because the metabolic waste from doing all those different normal human type of activities, even like sleeping in air conditions or being on a cell phone, listening to TV or watch TV too much, can also introduce that to the body because of the emotions. But since we do that, the threshold gets to a certain point, and the body's like, okay, you got to get something out, or we're just gonna cut everything out and pass or perish. So, or something happens, you know what I'm saying? Some type of, it might be a bull, or it might be a tumor or a cyst or something, or it might be cancer, or you might think it's cancer, or just that pain, that inflammation, that arthritis, high blood pressure, anything, diabetes. So these things is like the body saying you got too much of this going on, we need to get it out. And then it turns into this issue, it's not necessarily a problem. While this may seem like it's just a physiological thing, it is a mental thing as well, because you got to go through the detox process of weeks of not doing something that you got used to. But that's why you get it out the body. And it take about 2 weeks normally to get the alcohol, sugar, wheat, and dairy stuff out of the body so that you would no longer crave for it. So once you detox it out for those 2 weeks, 14 initial days, the next 14 days is really going to set in to where you are going to have more harmony in not doing it, more control basically, and not doing those, participating in those activities that's got the alcohol, sugar, wheat, and dairy products in it. You know what I'm saying? Just create more of an issue in the body with the mucus. So removing those type of foods and stuff from the diet can help cleanse, and it starts the detox. So detoxing, again, is not just a physiological thing; it's a mind thing. The ego is in there. That crazy voice in the head be like, don't do it. You want you to go ahead, just get one more before, what I'm saying? This be your last one. You detoxing anyway. You're going to get it out of your system once you, go through these detoxes tomorrow and stuff. Don't worry about it. Don't listen to the lie. The devil is a liar. Yes, that's my grandmother. All right, so that ego lie to you. You know what I'm saying? The cheat instill from you and convince you that what you're saying is, like them negative thoughts. Let's go down. Let's get this Impossible Burger from Burger King. Let's get it to see what it's like. Don't do it. Don't, especially in the detox mode. Don't put nothing like that in the body if you detox for those 2 weeks. All right, so be mindful of your thoughts. Know where them thoughts coming from. It's just coming from the craving. It ain't really you. You know what I'm saying? It's just whatever that energy is connected to already. It's other people's thoughts connected to that thing too. It ain't just your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Remember, it's one heart, one mind. So all of us is collectively here. We think we individuals, but we are in the collective heart matrix, basically. So just like I'm saying, continue to remind yourself and be mindful of where you're going with your thoughts, and notice where they were before, in your observation, and then like we say, hindsight is 20/20. Notice where you're going now, where you are. You know what I'm saying? Notice where you were. Hindsight 20/20. Notice where you are, and then keep pushing forward. You know what I'm saying? Don't stay in the past, and don't dwell on the future, but pay attention to how the exchange of taking those items out in those first 14 days is affecting your body and everything. So we're going to go over a few simple, natural ways to detox your body. Get these in real quick. So, I was saying quick, but my niece and them, they ready to go already. All right, so get a good green smoothie in every day. That is one good way to detox daily. You know what I'm saying? So, call them green goddess, green smoothie. Just proper clean food daily is a good way to detox daily. You know what I'm saying? The green smoothie, like that one, that or any type of smoothie, basically, that one has a cup of kale, 1 cup of kale, or collard greens. Just remove the stems and everything. Apple, Granny Smith apple, or if you choose, you can put any type of apple you want to put in there. Pear, if you want it sweeter. 1 ripe banana, and a half a cup of loosely packed parsley leaves. Put all that together and blend it up with some water, or if you want almond milk or some coconut milk, or even another type of juice as a base, like apple juice. Try not to do too much sugar like that to talk about. It's going to be sweet, though. But that's a good detox, daily detox. The second one would be going to organic versus not organic, basically. You know what I'm saying? Try to do as much organic as possible. That means all those different pesticides, insecticides, and things like that, herbicides that they throw on there, irrigation. Try to stay away from those. Strawberries, apples, and tomatoes are good examples of organic fruits and vegetables are better than the other ones that had the pesticides and everything on it that are not organic, because they have a shield on the outside. You know what I'm saying? Even like the banana, mango, since they have the sheath that they're in, you can take the peel off like an orange and go inside, depending on if it wasn't born in the lab. Test tube, baby. So get organic down. Number 3, and massage every once in a while. Deep massages, I love them. Athletic massages, that's what I do. I normally get monthly. You know what I'm saying? I got one coming up on the 30th appointment. So I still do that monthly. It's beautiful. It really helps detox. It moves any type of information that might be lodged in different places in your body, like toxins or whatever. That's lodged in your body, helps move them and get rid of them. You know what I'm saying? So very, very beneficial to get a massage every once in a while. Like I said, I do go every month. You know what I'm saying? I've been going like every 2 weeks for a while back in the day, but that's like, man, just do it once a month. You know what I'm saying? As far as like to keep maintenance going. So a good massage, like I said, it gets the toxins out, helps move the toxins out of the body. Sports massages are what I like. I like the sweetest massages, real hardcore, elbows in there like that right there. You want to get deep into the muscles. You don't want no like a central massage. That ain't really doing this. I'm trying to feel good. I mean, that's cool and everything at that moment in intimacy or something with your significant other. But if you're going to the massage parlor, I ain't looking for nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for these toxins to get out of my body, like it's like talking about. So, you good massage. Number 4 is um drink water, not black water, clear water. Clear water takes. All right, drink water. Even if you think you're drinking enough, you might want to drink more. Just drink water. That's alkalizing as it gets. You know what I'm saying? Get that water in there. Water ain't got nothing in it, like minerals or nutrients, zero, 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 nothing. Just water it up. So drink your water. Like this time of year right now, stay alkalized, especially with us African Americans, so-called African American, not genome. Our blood type, well, the type of our constitution, not really blood type, but the blood constitution is hematogenic, but basically means blood genetics, which means we got thick blood. Basically, we don't have lymphatic condition, which like Caucasians or people of that persuasion have lymphatic condition, which is more watery. You know what I'm saying? So with that thick blood, things tend to stick or sit in there, and especially if we're dealing with mucus forming items that we produce, that we introduce to the body throughout the year, like in the so-called African American community. All those mucus-form things, that is like putting more fire on a burning city, you know what I'm saying, instead of trying to put it out. You know what I'm saying? We add more, and then we get to, this point, like in going into the winter, we ain't fleshed out, put water in there, especially like in the summertime because it's hot already, and we putting more hot stuff in there and not really cooling off. Then the effect of it is going to show its face in the winter when that mucus is like roaring, trying to get out our nose and mouth, and years of that buildup is where it takes place. Like now with the COVID thing or whatever, just years and years of buildup of acid, of mucus in the body due to acid forming food items, and other things is acid forming like with our thoughts and all this other thing. All right, so drink that water. You know what I'm saying? It helps with the skin, helps with digestion, respiratory, metabolic rate, basically secretory system, all that. So 8 glasses is the minimum, but work your way. Just drink water. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you feel like you want to drink water, get in the car after go. How to use the bathroom. Instead of smoking a cigarette, drink water. You know what I'm saying? Replace the morning coffee with green tea. That's another good one. Get that green tea in there. In place of the coffee, a little caffeine is alright, just a little caffeine, but you don't want to go too far by doing it every day. Caffeine is good for the hair as well. You can wash your hair with it, but you want to be very ginger with the caffeine, especially like when you're detoxing the body. You don't want to have something that can be, in effect, addictive. So green tea is not addictive, and it has antioxidants in it. In its natural form, it can give you a slight caffeine boost. So it'll give you energy early in the morning to keep it going, so you can put that coffee to the side while you're detoxing and drink the green tea. It has other health benefits as well for your immune system. So it helps increase immunity. You know what I'm saying? So drinking this every morning will help detox, give you energy, and also help increase your immunity. You definitely want to get some exercise in there too. That's imperative. Very important. Some type of movement. Get that body working, you know. So exercise, sweat it out. Get it on the move. Get them leg pump. You see bro right there. He said, this ain't just a picture, this is what I do. So, we all know that exercise is very important, to keep a healthy lifestyle. And, for weight loss, but it ain't just about that. It's moving that energy in the body so that the mucus won't just start settling. And you know what I'm saying? Exercise actually helps increase digestion, circulation, and all that as well. So just like drinking plenty of water or drinking plenty of, or drinking Green tea is fluids. It's basically, what I'm saying. But the exercise helps with the movement of the fluids as you place those things into the body. Perspiration, helps get the detox going. The breathing helps get the detox going. You're blowing out carbon dioxides. Um, Whatever the exercise may be, might be light, might be hard. Just moving, walk. What I'm saying. Meditation is a form of exercise. Some meditations I do perform are actually kind of streams. Sweating takes place and all type of things. What I'm saying. So even meditation, qigong, but any type of movement that gets your heart beating is a way to help rid your body of excess toxicity. So that's a way to detox exercise. High fibrous food items. So you get some high fiber foods in there: split peas, avocados, peas, lentils, artichokes, high fiber. 1 cup of artichokes, coconut, high fiber, broccoli, oats like oatmeal. What I'm saying. These are grains. Oats are grains. What I'm saying. But it's a balance. It's a superlative balance and all that. All right. So a pear, peas again, are good in fiber, high in fiber. Be sure you get your fiber in, like I'm saying. There you go, right there. Pears, broccoli, oats, right there. Right there. You see that? Go get your old bowl of oatmeal. So you got your bathroom today. Yeah, man. I'm gonna stop. All right. All right. So we're saying fiber. Foods high in fiber. This means that basically it helps move things in the digestive system. Once that digestive system gets compromised, a lot of other things get compromised. So that can build mucus in the body. So you want to make sure you got fiber in your diet daily, where you have a regularity as far as ex, ex excavating, not excavating, but evacuating yourself. Excavating is digging. You don't want to dig yourself out. All right, but evacuating yourself. So fiber is one of the best ways of doing that. Supplementing can be a good way too, though. But get it in the food. I like to do it with the food. So that bloating and stuff like that, that'll help with the bloating by putting fiber in your body, in your diet, basically. It help you lose weight too and have a better energetic day or whatnot. Have more energy for the day. So, all right, so slowly put fiber into the body. You don't want to just throw a big bunch of fiber in there in one day, because you had that, effect of going to the bathroom real quick in that one day. So gradually get used to it with your body. Fasting. Fasting is an excellent way to detox, of course. You don't got to go through the 50-day fast or half a year thing or nothing like that. Basically, fast, 1 or 2 days. If it's going to be a full out fast, you can have you can fast, semi-fast, basically, but with just basically taking in a selected item, one item throughout that day. It could be liquid or it could be something other than liquid, but make sure it's alkalizing, though, not cooked. You know what I'm saying? But fast for 2 days, fresh fruits and vegetables, so a natural juice just for those 2 days. You know what I'm saying? That could be your fast, or just do nothing but water for those 2 days. Be sure you're putting something in your body. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to pass out, dehydrate or nothing, especially like in the summertime. Like the summer solstice detox. So when you give your body a chance to rest and do things like that, by fasting, it actually helps the body catch up to itself. So, the organs is going through some things. Imagine not being able to rest after, you got 20 years or whatever, doing the same thing every day, for 20 years, but you never got a day off of work. And then you get that first day off, you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm just sleeping all day. You know what I'm saying? But fasting and things like that will help you keep that energy, going. So every once in a while, just take that break, from doing those normal things and just cut out eating altogether so the body can catch up and release some of those potential toxins out of the body by way of not putting or introducing that in there. And then flushing too, because you put water in there and all you're going to do is be is pissing and shitting basically through the day. Right? Um, Fasting, sleep, get your sleep at night. You know the circadian of the day, especially melatonin production too. And melatonin is like you should know is very important for um, immunity as well as healing. You know, melatonin is an antioxidant, it's an anti-inflammatory, and it is a free radical scavenger. So it'll hunt down free radicals in the body and kill them off. So if you ain't getting the proper sleep and enough sleep, it will hinder that process of where melatonin is produced from 10 o'clock to about 6 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night to 6 o'clock in the morning, naturally in the body. All right, so definitely get to sleep. Sleep deprivation in America, especially, is one of the I think is as far as like third shift jobs and going out at after 12 and things like that. It's one of the key ways of our not just body but our emotions and mental um, um, attitude is decreased because we ain't getting enough sleep at night. Our thoughts become sluggish, but we aggravated, basically. So in that aggravation, it's going to cause cortisol to be formed, or, due to the stimulation of our adrenals. But in that process, it's going to be mucus in the body, due to the effect of the body not being necessarily in the mode of fight or flight, and it's producing adrenaline. But, so get your sleep in, sleep deprivation and not getting enough sleep, like I'm saying, can really affect the body and the exchange of the metabolism that needs to take place in that sleep state. Like a baby, a child doesn't grow while they walking around. You ain't gonna see a child just start growing 3 inches right in front of your eyes. The child is in the rest state, sleep at night, and that's how they grow. So make sure if you got a child and they're young, make sure they're getting enough sleep at night if you want to see them grow to their potential as far as the physical height is concerned. Make sure they're going to bed at a proper hour, rising at a proper hour. I know, like even last year, especially because of the COVID thing, a lot of children was at home. They probably going to bed at 3, 4 in the morning, waking up at like 1, 2, 3 in the afternoon. So that's not healthy. But basically, all right, get your sleep in. Probiotics. Get rid of some of the bad bacteria in the body by getting probiotics, good bacteria. So those are some of them. Pickles, sour cream right there again. Pickled red onions, I think that's right there. Vinegar, sauerkraut. So those different food items are good for they're probiotics. So they help with breaking down things like the bad bacteria in the body. Antibacterial or viruses and stuff like that that can get in the body, in the intestinal tract, and then be spread throughout the body. So even supplementation could be used, like these right here: New Life, Ultimate Flora Probiotic. It can help regulate the bacteria buildup too in your body, so you get out the harmful substances once for all when you start popping in like daily. You know what I'm saying? Find a good one for you that's suitable for you too. Everybody's different. I can't tell you, I use those myself. So I have, but I use the other Cleanse More or Detox, but it's made by Renewed Life called Cleanse More. So the digestive tract again is very important, so you gotta keep that clean. So probiotics helps with that. That's a 150 pounds of sugar right there. So that's how much sugar we eat a year, most Americans. Oh, superfoods. Get the superfoods in there. Okay, superfood. There you go, berries and stuff. I got my superfoods right here. Yeah. Big bowl always got a bowl of something going on, right? But oranges, apples, little cut up orange slices, apples, blueberries, blackberries, grapes, watermelon, and I think that's good. Give them a taste test. See what it is. No, that's great right there. Yeah, that's what it is. Oh, strawberries. I don't know. Okay, I ain't gonna start. I'm gonna stop. It fell out my mouth. I ain't, That's rude. I break bread with you. I break an apple. All right, so superfoods, antioxidants, got all the nutrients you need to fight off infections. It has minerals in them. You know what I'm saying? It's a good addition to your diet to keep that immune system growing instead of going. So just get that superfoods going on. We call them superfoods, but basically it's just raw, unadulterated, good, natural food. Yeah, superfood. So these are some of them that we say is superfoods: avocado, walnuts, almonds, olive oil, flax seeds, blueberries, raspberries, spinach, um, kale, eggplants, if you do, tomatoes, carrots, sweet potatoes, apples, oranges, butternut squash. I had a lot of that inside of this right there, superfoods. But yeah, superfoods. Get them superfoods in there. I had to show you my good bowl of superfoods lately. Look, they eating good, ain't you? You been eating good. How you know? Your breath don't stink. Uh, you smell good. That's how I know you really eat good. You don't stink. Your underarms smell good and clean. So that's our vaccine right there, ain't it? So something like that. We was talking about last week, but vaccine them means berry. So our berries, them superfoods, get them superfoods in. That's the alternative, right? Now, I'm not telling no one to not get the vaccine. That's not my position in life. I'm just giving you a sign on. I'm like they say. I'm just a post. I'm a sign on the road, poster. Giving you another direction that you may want to walk to or through. It's up to you. Be. You know what I'm saying? But basically, you know what I'm saying, vaccinium means berry. So the original state of a vaccine was fruits and vegetables, basically. Foods. Don't treat that body like that right there. Because it's not. It's not a trash can. The temple is what some people may call it. Oh, well, that's not what I was looking for. Let me see. It's not easy, but we're going to keep moving. So carbohydrates, cut that out. Sugar, flour, fried foods, those are very hot in forming mucus in the body, they're acid forming. So you want to get those out the body on your detox. White bread, anything white rice, white salt, white sugar, get them out the body on the detox most definitely. So that means don't go to them fast food restaurants because you don't know what's going on behind those cabinets, you know what I'm saying, in that window. We really don't know what's in that food, like to talk about, or the energy is changing the people that are serving us. So, cook your food at home, get the energy from yourself. And you know what to add, not to add. As you grow, you go. You know what I'm saying? As you go, you grow. Many people don't see that, though. You know what I'm saying? So don't just go to the fast food restaurant on the whim that it's good food. You know what I'm saying? It's a thought that it is because it tastes good. But energy is energy. You can't be destroyed or created. So wherever the energy was when it was passed through the window, it's still on that burger or biscuit or fries or whatever from those restaurants. Every once in a while I go to a 5-star restaurant. But I don't know if there's any difference depending on the place or whatever. Not 5-star, but a nice restaurant. Basically a good restaurant. They ain't talking about like Smoky Joe's or whatever, or nothing like that. Red Bone, red whatever, red crab. be a nice little restaurant. It might not even be that big or no franchise, but it's nice. Good people, good energy. So cutting out carbohydrates, what I'm saying? White sugar, flour, fried foods all together will help in the detox. So don't put those items in the body while detoxing. Um, Elimination. Yes, promote elimination throughout your detox. By proper diet and hydration. That's a detox throughout the year, though. You need to do this. Make sure you are eliminating. So, what does it say right there? It's also known as defecation. Bowel elimination is a natural process critical to human function, in which body excretes waste products through digestion. It is an essential component of the healthy body function, or defecation. Bowel elimination is the act of expelling feces or stool from the body. To do so, all structures of the gastrointestinal tract, especially the components of the large intestine, must function in a coordinated manner. So, again, the mucus in the body, by way of the acid form of foods, will obstruct digestion. So, the gastrointestinal tract, intestinal tract, basically, and all that's going on, has some issues going on due to not being able to use the bathroom as well. So, why I ain't use the bathroom? I got too much of a buildup. So we want to make sure we're getting it, because feces is basically, things in the body that can't be used. So if I got all these unnecessary items in the body just building up and I'm constipated now or whatever, and mucus is forming trying to push it out, then that could be an issue. So get that elimination going on. Make sure we're using the bathroom properly and we got proper hydration going on, because that's going to help you use the bathroom. So most people thinking they're regular by going to the bathroom, 2-3 times a week, once a day. Anytime you eat, you should be using the bathroom at least once a day. So if you eat like you're in an increment fasting once a day, you're definitely going to use the bathroom within that 12 to 18 hour transition before the next meal. You should. If you got a good diet and you eat properly, your mind right and all that, everything in your environment is good, then you should use the bathroom at least once a day. A good stool release, evacuation. You know what I'm saying? So that 3 times a week is not healthy at all. There's a lot of feces being held in the body, for too long right there. All right, so when we're looking at detox and everything, part self. Oh, hold up. Meditate. Learn how to meditate. Some things we don't even notice, but our thoughts can affect what we're about to participate with in our experience. So whatever I'm thinking at that moment could lead me to do something that may be detrimental to my health. And I ain't even thinking about it like that. It's just fun at the moment. But meditation can help you be more mindful about the situation and also about the activity that I may be um, being led to next, whatever. Whatnot. So that's it on me, please. So I did. Yeah, I did. Okay. So learn to meditate. If not daily, try to get some in there throughout the week. Just like exercise is helpful. You know what I'm saying? Even yoga, which is a mindful type of meditative exercise, and Tai Chi and Qigongs, they're very helpful because you're purging and you're moving at the same time, but you're also in a meditative state. So just like exercise helps get rid of toxins, so can meditation by deep breathing. So breathe in deeply, in and out the nose, letting out that stress and that anxiety, relaxing the shoulders, having that relaxing breath, building up melatonin, which is also a relaxation stimulant. So it's just like you start going to another realm in that process of meditation, which is a healing realm. So learn to meditate daily or, so throughout your week to help with anxiety, stress, mental health conditions, But when that mental and emotional level is balanced, then that physical process will also have to follow. All right, meditation. I put that watch your head and guru up there because this is one of my meditations right there that I do. Give thanks to the ancestors for gifting that part. So, Eliminate common sources of toxins such as excess caffeine, alcohol, tobacco, processed foods, and whatnots. You see the alcohol there. Got a little what's that right there? It look like that Louis, that King Louis right there. That's that King Louis, that green man. You know how much toxicity in that, right? You know what I'm saying? Prozac, cigarettes and things. You know those are very high in toxicity, so it's gonna form mucus in the body. These things they help us relax, you know what I'm saying, but they're addictive. So we gotta have more and more. Each time we introduce it to the body, we gotta have more the next time. And we ain't purging or detoxing, so a lot of us aren't. So it's just that buildup is going to be, it's going to cause some issues later. So those things that we think we doing to make ourselves relax and calm down, like drinking coffee or smoking that cigarette, or drinking that wine, especially excessively now. This is excessive caffeine, excessive alcohol. You know, doing it like to the point to where you're drunk and you can't move, walk, or talk, and all that. That's excessive. And then doing it daily like that, addictively. You know, so that's gonna cause that problem, a mucus buildup. So detox and getting that out the body while you're performing the detox for those 2 weeks and throughout the year. You know what I'm saying? If you are gonna participate with like wine or coffee, even marijuana, or I wouldn't do no pills and cigarettes and that like that. I ain't mess. But if I did drink wine, it's gonna be 1 cup of wine, maybe 2 cups of wine a week. If I did that, I haven't been drinking wine lately. Coffee, I might do. I don't even drink coffee like coffee, but I drink something with caffeine in it. You know what I'm saying? Energy drink, Celsius. Like this is a fit soda. This doesn't have caffeine in it. It's just carbonated. I like sodas, but I ain't gonna drink those. I'm not drinking a Coca-Cola. And this actually has BCAAs in it and all this. It's not an energy drink, but it's non-GMO, and it helps with getting your metabolism right. So since it got Black's chains amino acids in it, oh yeah, I was like, yeah, I jumped up, man. I get my protein in there being vegetarian / vegan. All right, so taking and cleansing the body through that 2 week process or yearly, monthly, getting some of those concoctions out of the body like cigarettes and whatnot will help in the detoxing process. You know it. I be putting up. I throw the slides in there. That's the family right there with them superfoods. They about to be super human. Get your vaccine on. Scrolling down right now. All right, so learn to take care of yourself and listen. You know what I'm saying? Listen to your body. Listen to what's going on internally. Don't just throw it to the side or depend on somebody else to listen to it. Go and ask somebody, what's wrong with me. The main thing that's wrong with us is our diet. Basically that's one of the causes. You know what I'm saying? One of the major causes to getting back to who you are and getting back to some of your full potential. Getting back to your full potential. So learn to be in touch with that because your body ain't a trash can. You know what I'm saying? Your stomach's not trash can. Don't put things in there that's garbage, junk food. So listen to your body, and it helps with ensuring that you are on that path when you pay attention and then activate any type of basically correction that's necessary or change basically that's necessary for that uplifting process to continue. So symptoms that we tend to take for granted every day, like this hurt here, or why I ain't got no energy, or why these bumps keep showing up. They're ultimately just the body just saying, I'm trying to clean you out, man. I'm trying to get you right. If you let me, you can be almost perfect. Strive for perfection. We ain't really gonna get it like that unless you die hard, like to talk about. But basically, listen and then just start to push those things away that's causing those issues. Because those issues, is external, but basically that's intelligence and that's your spirit trying to say, you could be using this to do something else, but instead, I'm constipated or whatever, or or we addicted to something that is not necessarily moving us in the right direction. You know what I mean? So know your body, listen to your body. You know what I'm saying? Like headaches, constipation, again, cramping, you ain't got energy, things like that. Those are ways of the body saying we need to get this detox going. Something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? So give the body a chance to clean. You get to better habits in due time. You know, don't rush yourself. Be patient with yourself, is what you say. You know what I'm saying? You're the doctor, so be patient with yourself. You know, you're teaching yourself how to get right. And it ain't going to happen overnight, but gradual change is good, you know. So get your things together, you know, so as far as mentally and emotionally, by way of your intelligence, and that body can get back right together too. So just like again, I said, listen to your body, pay attention, be observant, you know what I'm saying? And then take the initiative to act on what may be wrong and correct it, you know what I'm saying? Eradicate it. You know what I'm saying about Qigong. So that's detox. You know, so right here, what does it say? The eye is the lamp of the body. And if your eye is what? Healthy, then your whole body will be full of light. So if your mental eye, if your intelligence is coming in there, the basically the light is coming in there, your mental eye, your eye is healthy, then your whole body will be full of that mental light or that spirit. You know what I'm saying? The intelligence. So purge, breathe properly. You know, get the meditations in, and you know, other than meditation, just breathe through the day. It don't have to be a sitting meditation. It can be a driving meditation. Just don't go to sleep. Don't close your eyes. You know, be mindful if you are breathing in and out while you're driving, of everyone else in your environment on the road. I don't recommend you do that until a person is ready to actually get into something like that, driving and meditating. So you know, practice meditation, get a good practice in day to day. But basically detoxing. We went over all those different ways of detoxing: the green smoothie, um, green tea, fiber, um, meditation, of course, like we were just saying, paying attention to your body, listening to your body, uh, probiotics, getting caffeine and different other stimulants out the body, like nicotine. Um, Make sure you fiber in or any type of supplement, digestive enzymes, a routine enema like every 2 weeks. Get an enema in to help eliminate um, toxicity from the body as well. The superfoods, get your superfoods in. Probiotics again. Get you enough sleep, exercise, um, fasting. Fast like 2 days out the week. I fast twice a month. You know what I'm saying? As well as eliminate by way of an enema twice a month. If you want to do the enema, do some type of laxative or something to just purge out real good. The massages, your monthly massage again. So, you know what I'm saying? Lead us. I ran through all of them right there. So just get a good detox in. Detox. So toxins down or toxins out. So down the toxins. Don't introduce more toxins into the body in that process, and do your diligence by not putting the toxin back in altogether. Because basically what happens is when we put more toxins after detoxing, it's gonna go right back to the same areas in the body, and it's gonna be even more prolific or prolific. You know what I'm saying? As far as it growing, you know, and festering in that area, it's gonna go back to the area of discomfort or wherever those illnesses was in the body, and it's gonna start right back where it was. But it's just like, you know, getting off of a drug and getting back on the same drug and trying to get off of it again is gonna be harder, you know. So detox, don't put it in there, and watch how the body miraculously change, the miraculous body, you know what I'm saying? So that is going to be the up for the day as far as Tips and Tricks Tuesday. Tips and tricks, detox. So get that detox down. Get them toxins down. Put them down. Don't put them. What he said? Last call for alcohol. He said, put them up. Don't put them down. Then Fred said, I can't remember. I mean, Red Fox. It was one of them Richard Pryor. He said, put them up. Don't put them down. He's talking about the liquor though, shot glass. But anyway, put them up. Don't put them down. Put them down. Don't put them up. So put the toxins down. Don't bring them up. All right. Flip. We give thanks to you guys once again. And we're going to fade out like this right here. Peace, prosperity, protection, and good health.
Yeah. Scientific breakthroughs, the unveilings, spiritual revelations, the openings. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2. First World Radio. Tips and Tricks Tuesdays. Blak, the Meta-Magi-Shen.
It's Tips and Tricks Tuesday, another news day. North, east, west, south, not here to confuse the day, just diffuse the way. Another Tips and Tricks Tuesday. That pig, that swine, hijacking the mind, aluminum bonds with intelligence. Rewind the message. Merry Christmas. 13 indigenous immigrants, state of the unison, addressing nothing. Foundations can ruin, level to level. Fuck the embezzlements. Tales from the crypt, hitting blood rituals. 50 scores flying over California vacation. Flying dragons, swords and daggers, lions and tigers. Gotta get my bearings or perish. Tear into raw flesh, vampire, vegetarian. I'm a malnutrition, chemically imbalanced. Ethiopian, inhaling kush. Blue projects get pushed, mold with the bush. Standing on the middle line, no defining. Swirling dervish, in between space and time. Tips and Tricks Tuesday, another news day. North, east, west, south, not here to confuse the day, just diffuse the way. Another Tips and Tricks Tuesday. Tips and Tricks Tuesday, another news day. North, east, west, south, not here to confuse the day, just diffuse the way. Another Tips and Tricks Tuesday.